Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Riff Gal. We are gonna try a couple things here to see if we can take care of the Marvel shoe, or Miracle shoes, sorry, debacle that I was in without having to actually sit and farm it, because it seems like they're a lot harder to get than the last one. The way we're gonna do that is through a couple bets in the Coliseum. I wanted one more of those, but that's not what I wanted. So we may not be able to actually do what I want right now. That's okay. I think this should work. We'll try it. Okay. So I'm equipping Solace in a very specific way to see if we can beat a specific enemy. And once we do that, we're going to actually have another round of fights that we're going to have to do. Again, I'm not sure this is going to work. We're going to try it. With pleasure. I'm going to bet an elixir. I'm going to fight a Cactuar with Solace. Let's see if this works. What? This is one of the problems with the lack of control you have there. Is that the characters can do things like use Runic and cast Teleport. There we go. So we're going to do this to get 4 rename cards. Rename cards can be bet to get the Miracle shoes. The weapon she's using there is the Ultima weapon. It does damage at a set value based on your hit points. So this actually gives us a really... Basically, it bypasses the weird defense that Cactuar has, and the Sniper Eye means that she always hits. So we've got our 4 rename cards. I'm really hesitant to actually use her against this next fight, so I think we're gonna go... I don't want to deal with Edgar. You know what? Let's go for it. We'll go for it. We want Flame Shield. Let's go... Yeah, I think we're just gonna go Genji. And we're gonna go Dragon Horn, Dragoon Boots, and I'm gonna step outside and save, because I don't know if this is actually gonna work. But it sounds interesting. This was the suggestion, not the right character, but it was the suggestion for the space strategy. I may go and try it with Umaro. This should do 0. Well, I mean, I suppose if it works, it works. That's the one we didn't want. 0. Okay, well, we'll see if this works. Currently, it's in the only state where it can kill us. That's fine. It has to do a physical attack to actually kill us. So ideally, we're gonna get a... Yep, that did it. Let's go back to her, where she was using real quick. I'm just gonna get that one back rather than restart here. She should be able to just kill the Cactuar quick. Perfect. I'm gonna go grab Umaro for the other part. It's what he does. Coliseum fights are basically what he does best. So let's go... Yeah, we've got... Celis... We'll leave Go-Go out because that's okay. Those not now in your party. We want the Berserker Ring. And the Hello Hermes Sandals. We're gonna switch that out. Okay. So once we have the Bone Club, it automatically equips. Same with the Snow Scarf. So Umaro should be immune to the fire and ice attacks, and hopefully we'll just kill it before it gets a chance to kill us. It'd be better with the or it'll be better once we get one of the miracle shoes. Getting regen will go a long way. It's that Heartless Angel attack. Being able to regen from that would basically stop them from actually getting a kill. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say that physical attacks are going to do about 200. Southern Cross is not the one we want, but it should do 0. Oh, it healed. Perfect. So it looks like he absorbs fire and ice. As long as he keeps doing Southern or Northern or Southern Cross, we're good. And once we win once, we're even more gold for the future. Perfect. Oh, he only absorbs fire, he does not absorb ice yet. That's unfortunate. Nope. I feel like we were close, but I really don't know where we were at. So part of me just thinks we'd keep trying. And we'll get it one of these days. Actually, do I have like a... Do I have the relic that gives you regen? That's the important part for this, I think. So let's see if this works. I'll go ahead. We can replace the one I lost once we get a pattern. A little bit faster regen, but oh well. Think it's better than nothing? Because it should only take 2 or 3 ticks of regen to get out of that physical attack range. It's only if he does Heartless Angel immediately followed by a physical attack. And Southern Crush should heal almost full. I think this is helping. He hasn't done any physical attacks yet, though. But I feel like, you know, it can as long as the physical attack doesn't come for like 3 ticks, we're good. Or that. Okay. Well, there's 2 attempts. I do feel like that one was better. But I'm not sure it was good enough. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. I also think just Umaro getting a little more health might be enough to take care of it. Let's go something like... Actually, I think Celis was still in the middle of learning something, so let's keep that. We do need Go-Go to get some levels. Okay, we're gonna go for an XP grind. No, we're gonna do magic. Let's do magic. These guys are in the process of learning magic. Sorry, I'm being indecisive. I feel like we're good. I feel like we're good. Force shield. This is the cat ear hood we got a little bit ago. And the behemoth suit. I think we're gonna go with the Genji, actually. Ribbon Hero's Ring. That should be fine, that should be fine. And she is getting Phoenix. We very specifically have some stuff we want to learn from Phoenix. This is me being easily distracted. We're going to go off and do something completely different that is still grinding, because there's a ton of grinding at this point in this game. You don't have to, but especially if you're using multiple actually using the whole party, it's kind of important. So we're gonna actually go ahead here and do a little bit of spells, spell grinding. Again, we're still working on getting Edgar that cursed shield taken care of. Just for the record, that said 10 magic, 20,000 gil. And we may be able to actually take this guy out. I'll try it. Well, okay, good. Just trying to say, I hope that actually kills. So it looks like 2 casts of Blizzara is enough to do that, or to take care of that. The Slagworms, Cactuars don't actually give you experience. Slagworms give you a bunch of experience and the stupid amount of, well, they only give 5 instead of 10 AP, but they still give a bunch of gil. I think I want if we're gonna learn a couple of obscure ones, let's do it while we're getting the 10 per. Oh, Celis needs to be re-equipped also. She's getting Ragnarok. Edgar learned haste in one battle. No, this gets ridiculous real quick. We shouldn't need the Blizzaga. We can do Blizzaga, we don't need Blizzaga, so we're gonna... Crap. Well, they're gonna get some XP. Okay. Just doing a little rearranging quick. I think we should be fine. To keep going here. I mean, this is a hard area in general. The big trick is just whether he gets the second hit off or not. If he does 0 or 1 counterattacks, we're good. If he does 2, we're just screwed. Unfortunately, with the Cursed Shield, there's not a whole lot he can do to make that more survivable. I guess if there's a way to negate wind damage, but that's pretty rare. I don't think there is equipment that negates wind. Oops. Also, 7,000 gil for those fights, too. We are specifically trying to grind here for Templars, because of the AP. I'm going to Rise, sets are going to Flare. Pretty content with where Setzer's at. I think we're gonna hop back and switch him out for somebody else. In fact, we'll go Mog. Well, let's grab somebody who could use the levels maybe more. Oh. Yeah, because Shadow we don't want. We don't need to learn more magic. I think we're good with this. Because we do want Mog to learn magic. Also, he uses a lot of the same gear that Edgar does. Oh, wait, no. That's not a good thing. Okay. I'm gonna do a quick check here. Minerva negates wind. Halves wind. Force armor. Oh, actually, wait. Setzer had that equipped, so we should be able to do force armor. That might help a little. And red cap. Just increases his HP base. And we want Mog to learn third level magic, or third level offensive spells. Not that they really need the third level. The main thing is that it also has the +2 magic, so it's kind of a twofer. Because there's a bunch of those spells that are probably never going to get used. I forgot to give him... Okay. Well, it still worked. Let's go Hero Ring and Alarm? Alarm Ring. And we'll switch hers for the Gale Hairpin. I'm actually curious. And we are well on our way here to hitting that magic 500,000 gil from these fights. We're going to use that in Jadur to purchase something in the auction house that will actually enable us to move on to a special Esper. We're also working on getting a special Esper here. There's a Cactuar, called the Master Cactuar. Okay. However, I have this rearranged. It's working, so I think we're good. Does Mog have equipped? Maybe the Thunder Shield prevents that damage also. Do I have another Thunder Shield? Aegis doesn't have any elemental stuff. Genji does not have any elemental stuff. But I saw the Force did, and the... So yeah, I think we may actually be in good shape. I love that. Flare. Realm was actually really good at taking out Cactuars because of that. Nice. I'm not sure how many Cactuars we've killed at this point. Once we hit 10, we need to start being careful because of Gasper. The Master Cactuar will actually come out and just start attacking us. And it's really nasty. Perfect. That's actually exactly what I wanted before we got to the boss, is re-raised. So Realm is now the first person to get it. I definitely want to get Mog re-raised. What else does she not? I assume she's got all the magic ones. And she's in pretty good shape as far as magic goes at this point. We're missing a bunch of the middle stuff. I guess we can pick up. Actually, where's the MP plus 30? There we go. Let's give her Fenrir for a little bit. So if we get into a fight with the Master Cactuar, the goal is going to be to get re-raised down on as many people as possible before it can get its attack off. So many slagworms. These guys are really good XP. I think... Let's try this. I think this works. Not what I was going for. Yeah, it works. Berserk. Okay. This has been my most common grind point for most of my times playing this game. Just because I like to teach my characters a lot of the spells. So let's learn Ultima. We're in good shape. Where's Mog at on this? 2 more? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give her... I'm not sure she needs to be here. Give her Carbuncle because she doesn't have Reflect. I mean, she needs to get Phoenix at some point, but I may actually swap her here for Terra soon. Since their equipment matches. Oops. Apparently that cleared Edgar's status, which is hilarious. Okay, Slagworm. Preemptive, so we should be able to kill it here. Did Solus already get the freeze? Yeah. Learn most of that. Unicorn can actually be really good. The spell can be a good spell. For when it gets rid of Reflect. Okay. Sure. Phoenix. I'm giving Mog Phoenix because of the fact that I'm going to be using the Moogle Charm to fight the Magi Master, the guy who killed me at the top of the tower. I want everybody in that party to have re-raise. So he gets Phoenix. Figures. Mog gains a level as soon as I switch him off the Esper that gives him a buff to MP. That's not where I want to be. Still a fight. And if it's not the one I wanted. We are also raking in the money through this. We are actually about double where we started. Actually more than double where we started it before this grind. Boom. I totally haven't been paying attention to the fact that Celis probably had already mastered Carbuncle a little while ago. Basically equipping Terra with the exact same thing Celis was wearing. So, Enhancer. She was on Thunder Shield. Mystery Veil. Minerva. And I think I'm actually gonna go Hero's Ring and Growth Egg. And then equip her with Balagarmonda. Since that gives that +2 magic boost. That's just she needs it at this point. I mean, she kind of just wrecks everything already. But since she's only level 36 right now, and everybody else is a few levels higher, She should get a couple levels in those first couple fights. Unless we fight Cacti bars. Let's go ahead and just give him Ifrit. Sure. He's kind of our mixed bag, or one of our mixed bag characters that's going to be less focused on magic. So I'm okay with giving him something that will help with that. Oh, Terra just learned spells. Duh. So Terra and Celis have this neat thing where they learned magic naturally. We've already seen that to an extent. I need to have one of these two cast a second one. So Terra just learned to spell just because. I think it's because she hit level 37. Actually, I know Celis learns Ice 3 at level 42 or something like that. I believe Terra learns Ultima at like level 70 or something stupid. If you somehow have gotten to level 70 without actually learning Ultima. Or if you just want to take the sword, she can be the one to cast it. Okay. She's got Phoenix. She does not have that yet. Unfortunately, Terra's using that right now. Any other cleanup we need here? Carbuncle. One more to get re-raised there. Terra's going to be, or once Terra finishes with what she's doing right now, she will be taking Phoenix for re-raise. Then I'll just plan on those three being part of my group to go to the Magic Tower. I'll just need to pick one more person. Unfortunately, that means it won't be Celis, but that's fine. And Terra gained a level, which is both things I wanted. Re-raise has been acquired. I think I'm actually gonna have him learn. Actually, yeah, let's get Quetzali real quick. Hiska is really good. So, yeah. Okay, well, since we are doing another grind, the 2 questions, or 3 questions that I had left were all from Mark. And I figure I'll start on the first one. I'm still really up in the air. Oh, crap. On it, all 3 of them, and they're questions that I could put a lot of work into. And they're all involving different, putting together my ultimate version of different teams. So he had said, you know, who was your favorite, or his first one was, who is your favorite, or who do you think would be your ultimate Final Fantasy party between all of the characters? And honestly, that's really, really not an easy question for me, which is part of why I've put it off. Just because there are so many cool characters in Final Fantasy, and there's also a lot of characters that don't really they aren't really super defined. So I guess if I was trying to make, if I was just having to pick a party to play through a generic Final Fantasy style game, using only those 4 to 5 characters, I would want to make sure I had somebody who could use the steal command. That is really important. I would make sure that I had somebody who can do strong physical attacks, because that tends to be important at some point in the game. I would pick somebody who can do strong black magic, and I would pick somebody who can do strong white magic, assuming that that one of them couldn't do both, which is definitely a possibility. And I also would like characters, obviously, that are interesting to me, because it's silly to pick somebody like, oh, I'm just gonna pick, well, basically any of the characters from 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, honestly, I think if I had to pick characters to make a Final Fantasy party, my choices would probably be mostly from Final Fantasy 4, 6, and 9, because they have the most clearly defined classes, and they're less generic to me. I've been pretty brutal. I already brutalized 7 as much as I'm going to. It's honestly the other one that I would even consider. But I mean, while 8 and 10, and I guess 10 has classes, sort of. Anyway, yeah, I'd go like let's say Dagger from 9. For my white mage / summoner, because she... oh crap. Wrong fight. This is what happens when I talk at the same time. So yeah, Dagger from 9, because she is a strong white mage and summoner that gives her a lot of versatility and still has her fitting a role. And she's an interesting character just on top of it, which is, again, one of the things that I would like to include. Go right there. The second person... I think for a physical attacker, I'm gonna cheat a little and say Sabin. Really? Because Sabin is a physically strong character who eventually gets some cool magical damage-based techniques. He's unique, and he actually fills that physical attacker role. Even if they remade him and didn't let him learn all the magic, he'd be a really good character still. So I would be okay with that. For a thief, I just realized I haven't been marking fights for quite a while. I have no idea where I'm at. I'll mark 2 more down and hope I'm close. I'm already way off on this. I guess for a thief character, there's not a ton of good thief characters in general. But I feel like it goes a long way to helping. The timing was perfect. Because it's basically I mean, basically what, like Zidane, Locke, Riku? Vaughn. Or I guess Pinello is kind of the default thief in 12. Not that they're really mattered or had clear classes in that one. And Yuffie. Actually, Yuffie's pretty good. I know it's not, again, Final Fantasy VII doesn't really define the characters bound by that, but she is very much a thief character and a ninja character. I was actually just thinking, I wish Shadow had it, because I would totally take Shadow. But I would totally be okay with Yuffie as a like ninja / thief, throw and steal. It adds some versatility, and it's. I mean, I do love Locke. I'm also trying really hard not to pull too much from Final Fantasy VI, because I could just fill a party of awesome Final Fantasy VI characters. That leaves Black Mage. Which... I don't really feel like there's a lot of great options on that one either. Palm and Porm are cool, but they need to be together to be cool. Tella isn't great. Kusoya is really not great. I'm not a huge fan of Vivi. think I would just go with Hera or Celis or Realm as a black mage and say, cool, they can do a little bit of white magic too. I mean, if it was just strictly more balanced party, Terra and Celis are more mage knighty. They can use swords and armor too. So that would be a more well-rounded team. I also, when I'm trying to think about stuff like this, I have a lot of trouble separating the mechanical stuff with the story stuff. And like, I love Celis as a character, but Celis as a character isn't nearly as intriguing to me without the connection with Locke and the way they play off each other, because they both make each other better characters. Same with, like, Shadow is really not an interesting character, but he's a... Oh, actually, that could kind of work. Except that I'm pulling 2 from 7, which I don't really want to do. I was gonna say, Red 13 could be cool. But again, I don't really know. I think my biggest problem answering this question ties in with the fact that I don't know what story we're telling, and I care as much or more about the story and the way the characters relate that way as I do about the mechanics. I like it when there's both. I'm not going to use a character who's bad mechanically, generally, unless I can try and make them work if they're normally bad. But I'd much rather have a character who was a good story, who I could make work on the team. So yeah, for like, so... Let's see. I'm kind of mumbling through this at this point. This is why I wrote most of them down ahead of time. Crap, I used the 2 weaker ones first. Now I'm thinking about it in a whole different way. So yeah, just to go over what I originally said. I had originally said Dagger as a white mage / summoner. And honestly is a good protagonist type character. Actually, I will go ahead and say Locke as a thief, because I think that Dagger and Locke would be a very interesting mix, because he has this white knight syndrome, and she starts out with this damsel syndrome where she does want to go out and do things, but she also does kind of need to be saved early in the game. In her game. Also, it would be a very interesting counterpoint, since Locke's whole thing is overthrowing the evil empire, and Dagger's the princess of the evil empire. So that would be a really cool thing that kind of fits into the dynamic, even if it wouldn't be a romantic relationship with Celis, it would still be an interesting dynamic. That actually changes my opinion on some of the other things too. So I'm gonna say for a physical character, at this point, with that story side added in, I think adding in somebody like, I mean, Steiner kind of still works, but he's boring. I really don't like Steiner. But somebody who could take on that kind of Steiner-esque role without being Steiner. So I'm kind of leaning towards somebody like Cecil. And that could actually be a cool thing to add into with the redemption arc, starting out as part of that kingdom. Having that connection with Dagger where he's supposed to be protecting her, and then becoming a paladin when he has this chance to come around. So Cecil, Locke, and Dagger. So we don't have a black mage character. I mean, Celis would honestly work still. Kind of in like the same role that Beatrix takes in FF9. And would also, again, have good chemistry with Locke. I could totally see that kind of her bouncing off Cecil as an option. I could kind of see that. And it would again be interesting and have lots of options, and yeah. I'm not opposed to this. And I feel like that would actually have a lot of options without having to add in a bunch of artificial stuff. I mean, Terra could kind of work under a similar way, especially with that whole extracting summons thing that they were trying to do in 9. Having Terra be, like, connected with the summons the same way, and having their research project affect her. So either Terra or Celis would really work still there. So, while that was a lot of babbling in circles, I think I've come to a somewhat of an answer. I feel like mechanically, something like Sabin, Yuffie, let's see what I say, Sabin, Yuffie, Dagger, and probably Terra would be a really good party. I think if you're taking into account a party balance and a story aspect, I think Dagger, Locke, let's see, what did I say? Dagger, Locke, Cecil, and like Celis or Terra. Or both. Could be really good. You need some humor in there at some point. That's the only downside with that party. Because Dagger, Locke, Cecil, and Terra and Celis are all kind of emo at times. So the other two have 20 left. I guess if you could take a fifth character, adding in someone like Edgar, or it's a good comedic character. Zell, Riku, I don't know. I'm done. I give up. I feel like that's enough of an answer for that, and it went into a bunch of different stuff. Unfortunately, I'm really not super familiar with the characters in 10. That's kind of one of the things that kind of got me a little stuck there. I really don't like Final Fantasy 10. Basically anything after 9, I'm less familiar with, and not a big fan. Which is also why none of my answers had anything from those games. Those two are still working. Some other with 10 times here. Yeah. I feel like that's a fairly good answer, and honestly, doing a big cast crossover thing, I think would be much more interesting, where you could pick like a... Oops, that was not what I was trying to do. I think having a mix of like maybe up to a dozen characters, you know, that like 8 to 12, where you could actually have a bit of a rotating cast with something like that would actually make it even better. I mean, throwing, you know, like I said, Edgar into that mix seems like it would be interesting story-wise. Something like Edgar and Cid, any of the Cids, could be really cool. They tend to add in some more random characters that aren't really directly connected with the story. And if you skipped a lot of those and made it really concentrated on characters that have a real strong story connection, without, you know, the Yuffie and Vincent and Mog and Umaro and etc. Okay, this should finish off a bunch of spells, which is perfect. Also, I just realized that I don't think I've actually marked anything down since I started talking, so we're giving up on that for the time being. I'll go back and look at it. Okay, so we've got Re-Raise, and she's level 42, and a bunch of spells. All the offensive ones that we need, all the healing ones we need, and a bunch of the status ones. We don't have all the status ones we need yet, but we're doing pretty solid here with Terra. She's got her spells there. Learned all the Siren spells. Fenrir. Still got a little ways left on Banish. Well, I have no idea how long I've been playing. It's one of the downsides with grinding. I really should set a timer, because it's really easy to not notice how long I've been grinding, and it always feels longer than it actually is. So I'm gonna go ahead and save here. And end this one for now. Like I said, I might go back and redo my count quick. Probably here just gonna switch characters and go back in for a little bit more of the same. Or I do have enough characters now that have the spells they need that I could go to clean up a couple other side things. Or do a bit of a grind, an XP grind, or go back and start stealing and Ragnarocking things. Lots of options. Actually, you know what? I think I think we will plan on going. I'll get a team together here. Unfortunately, not the team we were just talking about. But I'll get a team together and we will plan on doing an actual progression next time. I'm not sure which one yet. My brain is going to either Strago's side quest or the Ancient Castle. Strago's side quest really gives us almost nothing because I'm not using Strago, but the other stuff that we've got left gives us more espers, which will give us more spells to learn, and also different stat lists. I have a very specific one that I would really like to get my hands on, which actually Pactuar is on that list too, so we'll see. I will do some sort of progression next time regardless. We'll go with that. I will at least be going to Jadur and getting and starting the quest for Gilgamesh, because that sounds fun. So, with that, hopefully you are still enjoying these videos. I apologize for the grinding here, but I mean, we're in the final act of Final Fantasy VI. There's going to be some grinding. It's still way less painful than Disgaea 2 was. And honestly, I still like this grinding, so... And there's lots of different kinds of grinding to help mix it up. Yeah, if you do like this, and want to see more, give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. If you have any topics you'd like me to discuss on future grinding videos, please let me know and I will babble about them. And as always, have a good one.